chat about that, season 2. Here we are in the International Conference Center studio here at the Mall Bali Galleria. I'm so excited to be back here. This is one of my favorite places to shoot the show. And today I have a very special guest. If you know him, you know why he's so special. He is my friend, my pastor, my mentor, my ex-boss, my dad, Pastor Don Butera.
Hey, how you guys doing? It's good to be here. I'm a bit intimidated because my daughter is actually going to interview me. It always makes me a little nervous because she knows everything about me.
Well, it's all good things, all good things. I have
Thanks.
to say, I really admire you, Dad. And
Wow.
that it's truly from my heart. He is an amazing dad. He's a really, really amazing man and a wonderful, amazing pastor here at New Tribe Bali. So if you have not heard him preach, you definitely have to, because it's always exciting, challenging, engaging. And so thank you for joining me today, Dad.
I'm really happy to be here. I'm happy if I can help anybody. I love it.
Yeah, that's his passion, and that's one of the real big things that New Tribe Bali loves to do is people helping people.
Yeah,
and so you also do a lot of weddings.
do a lot of weddings. Yes,
yeah.
I do.
If you had to guess over the course of you being a pastor, which is how many years, how many couples would you say that you've married?
I want to say hundreds. I honestly have lost count. I mean, I've been pastoring now for 30 years.
Yeah.
And over the years, 30 years, yeah, I've done a lot. I've done a lot of weddings, yeah.
And
a lot of premarital counseling as well. A lot of couples, just helping them and stuff. That's what I love to do that.
Yeah. And you yourself have been married for
35 years, 36 come May.
That's right. Wow.
Yeah.
So
yeah. That means I'm old. That means I'm old. You know.
It means you're wise.
That's what the gray hair says. But sometimes she has given me the gray hair, just to be honest.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So we see all these hashtags about relationship goals, right? And so I wanted to ask you, as someone who's wise and has a lot of experience with counseling and relationships, what should our actual relationship goals be?
It's a really good question. You know, and you told me they were going to ask me this, and so I actually spent some time thinking about it, because I mean, how many goals can you have? But I kind of went down. If I had to pick 3, there was 3 things, because when I counsel people, especially after they're married and later on when they're having problems, these 3 things I think are some things that either will make or break, you know. And so my goal, and anytime I do any counseling, is to turn people's fights into kisses. That's my goal. So hopefully this will help you turn your fights into kisses. And so there are 3 things I would say. The first thing is, you know, if you remember what brought you together, and what I mean by that is, you know, you know, a boy will, you know, try to, you know, con the girl into liking him, and you know, but they'll go on dates and they'll spend time together and they'll enjoy each other, and I always say, and anytime I'm counseling with them, you've got to maintain that. You need to have, some counselors have called it date night. You know, when you get married and you start having children and you get, you know, jobs and you want to buy houses and stuff, you get really busy and focused with what you're trying to do. And if you don't set aside a specific time, once a month, I say even more if you can, once every 2 weeks, do it. You know, that's what we do. My wife and I, we used to go out on a dinner date, and then we would go to theater, like not movie, but actual plays. That's what we loved, and that was our thing. And because we bought season tickets, it's expensive, and so I didn't want to miss, you know. So anyway, so always pick something. So date night is very important. The second thing is, I don't know how to describe it other than this. A lot of times what people do is when they fight, like, I'll just use this. They take this and say this is the issue. They put it in between. And so now I'm focused this way and you're focused this way, and it's in between us.
Right.
And see, when it's in between us, then something is separating us, and that's the bad thing. And so instead of like fighting over who's right, who's wrong, or you know, I don't like the way you're doing this, the better thing to do is, I say, instead of fighting, turn everything into what I say is exploration. See, I think exploring you know, you do that when you first get married. You do a lot of exploring, you know, but not just physically. You can do it mentally, spiritually, emotionally. And so, for example, when you have a fight, instead of doing this, what you do is put the problem out here, and then you sit together and you face it and you look at it. You begin to talk about it. You say, why do you feel this way about this? And why do I feel? Because you're trying to solve a problem. And so you want to explore what the problem is rather than fight about it. The other thing is like my wife and I, and we still do this after 35 years, 36 years. Sometimes I'll be sitting there and something has bothered me, you know, or a person or my kids or something, you know, and they'll be bothering me. And so what I will do is I'll say to Carol, I don't know why I feel this way. And then once we do that, then we go into exploration mode. So Carol becomes like my question. She'll, well, is it because you're thinking this, or how are you feeling? And we're just exploring each other and trying to understand. And so my wife has helped me discover things about myself. And hopefully I've helped her discover things about herself. And so we've made it into exploration. And that to me is a lot of fun. I mean, it's just helps me understand me and I understand her. And now I know what bothers her. I know before I do something that that's not something she likes. And then I, of course, make sure that I'm courteous and kind through those things. And I think the last thing, honestly, the number one last thing is that is I've always wanted my wife to be my best friend. I mean, my wife Carol is my best friend. I always say it this way. If I had to go out to dinner with anyone, I would always ask Carol first because I love just being with her. And when I say becoming her best friend, I have learned to appreciate the things that she likes. She doesn't like everything I like. She doesn't like everything I like. You know, I mean, we have both ways. And so, but she's appreciated things about me and learned about the things I like. And she lets me do them, and she participates in them. At times she doesn't play golf, but you know, that's okay.
Time to play golf, Mom.
Anybody want to play golf, just call me. I love golf. And so so we become best friends. And because at the end of the day, Rachel, I mean, I know you're married. At the end of the day, when you're old and gray, you know, let's just be honest, sex goes away. Things, you know, kids go away. It's nice to have grandkids. Thank you for the grandkids. They are way more important than you, Rachel.
I know where I stand. I know my ranking
yes.
now.
But, you know, at the end of the day, it's me and Carol together. And we love taking walks on the beach. We love walking the dog together. We love having dinner together, cooking together. We do all that stuff together because I love being with her. She's my best friend. And that's what I want. So those three things, I think: exploration, being your best friend, and then also spending time together, like regularly spending time together. Those three things, if I had to give, you know, I guess I'll add one more. Can I add one more?
You can add one more, go for it.
Just be kind to each other. Just be nice to each other. I see this, Rachel, honestly, I'm being honest. I see people, I don't understand why, like I'll come to somebody's house, I'm just me, you know, and they treat me better than they treat their wives or their husbands. I'm like, they are way more important than me. Be kind. Just be kind and courteous. That's a huge one, but that's just kind of
that's just everything.
Yeah,
just
everything,
in life, just be kind.
So I don't know if that helps you. I don't know if that helps you. Honestly, I will tell you, I love helping people. So if you ever, this is not an advertisement. I just love helping people. You can always, you'll DM her and I'd love to talk to you, you know.
Yeah, he loves helping people. If you need advice, if you need help, he's your man.
Yeah, I hope so. Anyway.
So, and you also have your own podcast that's coming out now too, right?
Yes, and actually, I just gave it a title, and it's called "Living Free."
Wow.
How to live free, and we love freedom. And already, I've gotten relationship questions. You know, and I always say that, like, when I'm setting you free, I'm not trying to set you free from your marriage. I'm trying to set you free in your marriage.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
That'll be coming out in a few weeks. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So be sure to check out Living Free, guys. And if you need more relationship advice, he's definitely willing to help. And I hope today has been informational, helpful for you. It definitely has been for me. I'm going to go home and
kiss your husband.
I'm, of course, kiss my husband.
There you go. That's the best thing.
Yeah. And, you know, he loves Naruto.
Oh, yeah.
I can say I've never watched an episode, but now you've inspired me to go watch an episode with him and try and appreciate what he appreciates.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
Thank you so much,
Sure,
Dad.
man.
Thank you everyone
It's
for
great.
tuning in. Stay tuned for next time.
All right, see you.